Revel. Starting in the gym can be quite scary. It's a big step when you're going from somebody who's a lazy couch potato to being consistent in the gym. So let's talk about things that I've learned in the process so that you don't have to go through the ghetto like how I did. We've been lied to, and it's no accident that we've been lied to. We've been lied to by design because the fitness industry needs us in a perpetual state of almost thin enough, almost toned enough, almost disciplined enough. Because if you've reached your goals, you're not going to spend money. So somebody who has almost got to where they want to be is a lifetime of profit for a business. They need us dependent. And every time you look in the mirror and you're like, my physique is not exactly where I want to be. I don't have the abs that I want. My booty isn't round enough. Then you're going to buy the 6-week program and they're going to make money. But if your goal is to get your physique to the best shape you've ever had in your life, don't sell your soul for a 6-pack. In these next 10 minutes, I'm going to hand you the code. I'm going to give you the R.A.C.H method, and it's the method that helped me to lose 15 pounds. And it's the difference between just working out without intention and actually taking ownership of your entire biological reality. So if you're ready to stop being a casualty of the fitness industry and a customer, and to start becoming the architect of your own power and your own body, then listen close. This is going to be the last beginner fitness video you're ever going to need to watch. I got you, sis. Let's start by dealing with your insecurities. You walk in the gym and you feel like everybody is watching you. You think they're judging your form, the way you're holding the bar. But the truth is, nobody actually cares. Everybody is so obsessed with looking at their biceps in the mirror, looking at how round their glutes have got. They're not thinking about you. So wear whatever you want to the gym, whether that's an oversized hoodie, a beautiful gym set. I'm wearing this soft sculpt set by Gymshark in cloud pink. I feel cute. I love it. And somebody else might judge me for wearing that, and that is not my responsibility. Focus on what your responsibility is, which is to be tunnel vision, locked in on getting your physique to the best place it's ever been in your life. That is your only job. It's an exercise to walk in and leave your ego at the door, because it's only going to hold you back. Your responsibility is to only be 1% better than the version of you that walked through that door, and you cannot do that with ego. Leave it at. Now, you do get a lot of men in the gym commenting on your form, giving you tips, giving you advice, telling you what you're doing wrong. But the reality is, a lot of those people are just personal trainers trying to get you on their program, trying to make money. And sometimes you might want that. You might actually benefit from a little bit of support at the start. I used to go to the gym with my friends, and my friends were really into the gym very intensely. So I learned a lot of the exercises initially just by being around those people. And if you have money and you can afford it, invest in a personal trainer, do your research, someone who's really, really great at what they do and actually has unique, specialized knowledge to get you to where you need to be. E.g., maybe your issue is partly water retention. I know that's something that I've struggled with. And that means one of the things I've implemented in my routine is just getting up early, having a cup of hot water with lemon inside of it, or apple cider vinegar, organic with the mother, really cleansing my stomach in the morning and looking at what foods I need to cut out because of my own personal intolerances, rather than just going really intense in the gym, raising my cortisol levels and then crashing and burning and actually not losing any weight and maybe even looking puffier than when I started. So sometimes you might need or benefit from someone else's advice, but we have to use our intuition to be like, does this person really care? Are they really trying to help me, or are they trying to make money? Because there's a huge difference between the two. Number 2 is a disciplined rebel trains for mastery over being obsessed with the way that they look. We're living in a society which really does prioritize the shallow side of fitness. And it is quite sad, because for me personally, fitness actually healed my depression. It was the feeling of actually taking back control in my life and becoming a better person from the inside out. That's what really helped me to fall in love with the gym. When I was thinking about losing weight or getting more toned, wanting to be more attractive to men, that didn't help me to stay consistent in the gym. That was too shallow of a reason for me to push through. And that's why I call us the discipline rebels, because we're doing this for more reasons than just aesthetic. It's deeper. We're rebelling against societal norms. We're getting our physique to where we want to be because overall we're trying to improve our lives entirely. And that means becoming someone who gets up when I don't want to get up, when I want to bed rot. We get up occasionally. Sometimes we still bed rot. It's an ongoing process. And that's why the boring stuff is so important. Squat, deadlift, bench, row. No, we don't want to do it. Sometimes we want to do glute kickbacks and we want to focus on hip abductions because we're so focused on trying to build bigger glutes, but we forget the core fundamental pillars that are really going to make us strong for the long term. Start mastering your mind. Start becoming someone who wants to, from the bottom of their core, they want to just be a stronger person through and through. And that way, you know, you can be consistent, fall in love with things that are hard for you, fall in love with the pain, and just become a better version of yourself overall. We can always add in the glute kickback jacks, reverse decline lunges. But let's prioritize the things that are actually gonna make us stronger from the inside out. And you'll be surprised by how amazing your physique looks as a byproduct. And there's times when I don't even step on the scale. I don't weigh myself, because when you're body recomping, muscle does weigh more than fat. And you can get so impacted by looking at your weight and being like, I've been training 5 days a week. Why am I standing on this scale and seeing that I've actually put on weight, or the scale hasn't moved? A better indicator would be when you try on your clothes and you're like, wow, I can't even fit into my jeans anymore. They're falling down and I need a belt. It's a way better way to keep track of your progress than standing on a scale looking at a number that is not going to be accurate. When I've been my most sculpted self, I've been 63 kg, and on someone else that wouldn't look the same. So you can't always look at the numbers as a true indicator of how well you're doing. Get really specific about your intention. Like if you want to reduce the size of your waist, measure your waist, wait about 3 months, measure it again, and have a look at the progress, rather than standing on a scale because you might have gained weight in your booty. You might have grown your bum and now you're thinking, oh no, my waist hasn't slimmed down. But that's why it's so important to be so specific about what you're really trying to do and what your intention is. You hurt. If I had a booger then. Now here's the framework that I've put together from 3 years of just putting on weight, losing weight. It starts with R, which is replenishment. A lot of advice will tell you to restrict your eating. They might tell you to just cut your calories. I am not a fan of this whole obsession with counting your calories. What's so important is that you get the right fuel, the right nutrients. You don't need to focus on restriction. Focus on eating foods that are gonna fuel your body for your workouts. If you're working out like a lunatic, you're gonna need to eat a lot. If you can study food and understand what you really need, you're gonna look forward to your meals and you're not gonna feel like you're restricting. And then suddenly rebounding and eating 6 cheeseburgers. Because that's what happens to people when you're just like, let me cut my carbs, let me take out all the foods that I love. What kind of life are we trying to live here? Get 30 grams of protein with every meal. That's a necessity if you're trying to build muscle and burn fat. Make sure you're fueling up on complex carbs. Don't cut out carbs. They're going to be the fuel that you need to get you through your workout. You're tearing your muscles when you're working out, so make sure you're eating protein and fats that are going to repair your muscle. This is really important. Restriction is going to be the fastest way for you to just fall off entirely. When you're working out and you're lifting intensity, you're going to have days where you struggle to get out of bed because your body has been pushed beyond its means. So it needs rest and recovery, which we're going to get to. A is the activation phase, and that's that every rep should feel like you're pushing yourself. With that, I do also say you don't need to push yourself to the limit every single day, but you should have sessions at least once a week minimum where you're actually pushing your limits and you can actively feel that you're struggling. And that means progressive overload. So you might just be adding 2.5 kg to your set. Somebody who does 60 kg squats, just adding another 2.5, so doing 65 kg. You're just slightly pushing a little bit more than you usually would, making incremental bits of growth. You don't need to leap for adding 10 kg. Over time, you'll get there. It will make it a lot more attainable, and you know that you're going to see that growth. Time under tension is really important. Don't rush through your sets. Make sure that as much as you want to progressive overload, you want to lift heavy, and it's really important. You should be able to do that rep super slow to build that tension, because time under tension is actually what gets your muscles to really push and work. You think about if you just pick up a weight really fast, you don't feel the tension in your muscles. You want to feel that tension. C is for consistency. 6-week challenges, they're a great way to give you a head start into your fitness journey, get you used to going to the gym consistently. But that's not the end of the story. To be consistent, we're thinking about a lifetime. When you're 50 years old with your kids, being able to pick them up, run around in the park, and just be the best mother in the world. You want to brainwash yourself into being someone who's obsessed with the gym. A lot of transformation is not about the outcome, it's about the intention. And the intention should be, I'm going to be fit for the rest of my life. I'm going to be fit, strong, and healthy inside and out. Discipline is the highest form of self-love, and that's a permanent gift that you're going to give to yourself. The gift of discipline. We all lack a Van Cleef, but there's nothing like the gift of discipline, all right? Now, H is for harvest, which is the part that a lot of people don't prioritize, because you'll be told, oh, it's great to do 75 hard, to go to the gym 7 days a week. But the reality is your body needs the rest to actually process the work that you've done, to actually repair your muscles. And you might notice that you're working out really consistently, but you're not seeing those results. And sometimes that reason can just be because you actually need rest more than you realize. We don't do survival mode over here. And if you don't sleep, your body will hoard fat like your great aunt hoards collectibles that she got from around the world. Harvest is all about parasympathetic mastery. That's what we're doing here, girl. And that means 7 to 9 hours sleep. Yes, 7 to 9 hours sleep. It's a non-negotiable. Walking, breath work, and meditation are also incredible. for you to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, for your body to actually get the rest it needs to process the work that you've done. Your metabolism actually then has the time to catch up, and you'll be surprised when you go to sleep and you wake up with six-pack. I'm joking, but stop doom scrolling at night. Prioritize your sleep, because it's going to be a game changer. Boo thing. Breath work, sleep, meditation, these are not soft habits, are the highest form of self-discipline. So if you want to build a strong body, this is not just about fitting into your jeans. This is about becoming somebody who can handle the weight of the world without breaking. Don't be afraid to be a beginner. We all have to start as a beginner. The greatest athletes, Olympians in the world, they had to start as a beginner. So the quicker you make that step, the quicker you embrace your fears with both hands, and the quicker you can get your body to where you want it to be. I've given you the methods. You've got the mindset. I'll turn my video off and go and make yourself proud. Love you. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. Come and be a part of the Discipline Rebel community.